made, especially if she actually wins this case. Because, ladies and gentlemen, right now, it's all about the battle of public opinion, but of course, we all know public opinion doesn't really mean anything when it comes to an actual legal case, and Blair could definitely win this case, and that would mean that the video would not only never come out, but it would also put Oz Media in a terrible position in terms of finances. Overall, this is genuinely one of the most vindictive and manipulative things that I've ever witnessed on my time speaking about internet topics, and I genuinely cannot believe that a commentary YouTuber is doing something like this. Because not only is this bad for the position of Oz and the people at Sad Milk, but it's also bad for the people on the website, because we make videos speaking about things, right? Free speech is a very important thing when it comes to YouTube. Of course, there should be free consequences, I absolutely agree with that, but in this case in point, we have gotten somebody who is now suing people for defamation because of what they have said on the internet, despite they have provided evidence, screenshots, and just in general, they have given their own personal opinion and perspective of things, and that perspective was on who Blair was as a human being. And the thing is, the magical thing is, if Blair, you don't like these things, then wow, guess what? You have a commentary channel where you have a career and have built millions from speaking about other people, giving your opinions on their controversies, their situations, and yet you can't do that when it comes to your own controversy? Do you not understand how unbelievably hypocritical that is? Blair is probably the biggest example of a hypocrite that I have ever seen on this website. It is genuinely insane that she is now stopping other people from giving their own opinions when that is her entire job. And the reason I think this now jeopardizes content creators like me and other commentary YouTubers out there, and just in general people that make videos where they give their opinion, is because what if I go and speak about another content creator and they have seen that somebody in my genre silenced people with the legal system? What happens when the person that I'm speaking about isn't in the commentary genre and they see that and they're like, oh, well, if they're doing it, people in their own thing are doing that. Well, why should I not be able to do that? And more people get legal threats, silenced, and you know, the thing is I'm lucky enough, I believe, to be able to fight a legal battle. Of course, I probably don't have the money right now, but I imagine if somebody came up against me with a big legal battle, I would probably get the support of the community just like a lot of other content creators would, but a lot of other people out there don't have the voice for that. And I think when you have people like Blair suing other people, that only justifies other content creators' thought process when it comes to suing content creators, speaking about them. In short, you have completely messed up not only other people's lives, but now your fellow content creators on this website. It's despicable, and I don't actually think this part has been spoken about enough. Suing people for defamation over YouTube when you're a commentary YouTuber is hilariously ironic, but also despicable. But ladies and gentlemen, I have gotten a little bit ahead of myself. I actually did dive a little bit into the future there, where I mentioned, of course, the defamation lawsuit, which we're just going to put to a side for a second and move over to the other legal battle. Because yes, Blair is currently in 2 legal battles when it comes to Oz Media. Of course, we've got this defamation battle right here, but we've also got the battle of foreclosing Oz Media's house. And obviously, the main question is how has this even become a possibility? How could this YouTuber hold such power when they can take away the house of another person that they know? Well, Oz has actually clarified on this on the 16th of September 2023, where they uploaded a video titled Let's Talk, an update on the Illuminati drama. And the video starts off with Oz giving his personal perspective and understanding to why Blair has actually gone down this proceedings of a legal battle. Because obviously, it doesn't really make any sense in the logical point of view, but there is really no logic here that needs to be made. Blair is just in general a bad person, and I think she is currently just collapsing in on herself, kind of like a dying star. But yeah, let's listen to Oz's perspective on this.
I'm making this because I'm giving an update to both my regular viewers and those who are here for something a bit more specific. To my regular viewers first, I hope this video can help explain where I've been over the last 3 years. For those who are here for the Illuminati drama, I do have some news, and I'm making this video for full transparency, as I believe this is important in a situation like this. First and foremost, I need to make everyone aware, for reasons that I hope this update will make clear. For my safety, I need to put a short and temporary pause on production of my video on Illuminati. The video will still, of course, be produced. I just need to put things on a lower burn and return to regular content for the time being. for many reasons. Some of them being the honest truth that I can't afford to continue at this rate, both fiscally and physically. Illuminati has taken this to a legal front, using the courts because of how poorly things went for her on the internet.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think that this is pretty much bang on. I feel like this is pretty much Blair's last resort. I feel like she did not want to go down this route, but she has no other alternative now. I'm not sympathizing or justifying any of this. Obviously, she shouldn't have done it in the first place, but ultimately, there is no other solution for her personally. Blair's first tactic was apologizing. It failed. So she made a video. It failed. So she sent cease and desists. They failed. She even tried to upload her way through everything and hoped it all would go away because of other dramas happening on the internet, and it would paper over everything that she had done, and it's also failed. And you know, my friends, a logical thinker at this point would probably be thinking to themselves, oh, well, if none of this is working, if everybody still hates me, am I the problem? But no, she's not really a logical thinker. Is this Creepshow Art 2.0 we're dealing with? 3.0? Even Creepshow Art 5.0? This isn't about growing and changing and becoming a better human being in the eyes of the world. No, this is about greed, ego, and power. Blair clearly loves making money. She clearly loves the power that she has, and she absolutely clearly loved being a celebrated content creator. And the fact that she has now lost so much of that, particularly financially given her decline in popularity, I imagine that her ego has taken a monumental hit, and she is now desperate to get back to where she was before, and she will do anything to get to that position again. Even if it's going through the courts to get that back, even if it's to do things that defy logic, she will do anything. It's kind of like when Gollum was trying to get the ring. You know, there was really no reasoning or logic behind it, but Gollum just really wanted that ring, quite like how Blair really wants, I don't know, the YouTube monetization. But it's also baffling because none of it makes sense, especially when you just look at Blair's own YouTube channel and in general what the channel originally stood for. Blair at one point was known for being an anti-MLM channel, which stands for anti-multi-level marketing, i.e. Blair was known for speaking up against shady business practices, which I know is now probably the most ironic thing that you have ever heard in your entire life, but it is what she was known for. It was what she was represented as. And this is the thing that inspired other content creators, which we will actually have to get into later, to do on YouTube, you know? She was a very big and well-known YouTuber. Blair is a content creator that became a millionaire off explaining situations via her words, critiques, and exposés, yet when she has to do the same thing to defend herself, she doesn't. She resorts to a private court case. And I think that is the glorious irony in all of that. The content creator who is known for speaking about accountability and shady practices can't even say sorry to her ex-friends. Instead, what she will do is try to take away their home at Christmas.
There is another factor to all of this, a factor which Illuminati has caused, or as I will be calling her throughout this video, Blair. For full transparency, which will be explored more in my future video, Blair and I dated. We were a couple for a decent chunk of time. This puts me in an ungodly complicated situation of doing everything that I can to try and separate the relationship drama from the public drama, as in the process of dating her, there are a lot of things which I bore witness to. Before anything else, I want to firmly state that this update is being made with the understanding that there is a likelihood that this will end up in a courtroom. I say this because things have been escalating quite a bit behind the scenes, and the stress has certainly been rising. What I can only describe as retaliation from the person who's my ex, former employer, and prior colleague, Blair is in the process of currently foreclosing my home. Because of this stress, of Blair taking my home from me, I need to pump the brakes and change directions so I won't be homeless come Christmas. Because that's when Blair set my home to foreclose, right before Christmas. And yes, Blair has the power to set the foreclosure sale. This situation was a fear and hesitation that I had from the beginning, even telling Wonder as far back as April, a day before my thread went up, that I was mortified that if I spoke out against Blair or even dared to cross her, that she would retaliate with taking my home from me. When I did speak out, as many of you are aware, Blair sent me a cease and desist. A cease and desist, by the way, over a Twitter thread which she apologized for not only in her video, but as well as privately. Despite this, I persisted on working on my video, continuing the production of something which started as 20 pages, then slowly grew into the novel that it's become. Throughout this entire process, I had the fear that once I released this video, Blair would drop the hammer on me. I've lived the last 4 months of my life with the looming threat of Blair's retaliation.
Now, firstly, this is obviously absolutely horrific, and I should start this point by saying
Hi.
I do nothing but the best for Oz Media. Genuinely, this is, I just can't believe that anyone is having to deal with this, especially from somebody like Blair, because as much as we can speak about her hypocrisy when it comes to being a commentary YouTuber, we can also speak about her political hypocrisy. I don't really speak about politics too often on this channel. I'm open with my political views. I do claim to be a leftist, as does, shockingly enough, Blair. Blair is a big old leftist, apparently, because you know what's a very leftist thing? Taking away somebody's home, being a landlord, owning a crypto fund. Real
The Boy.
leftists completely
Horror movie
support
called The
people
Boy.
in a worse financial position than she is. Well, what a wonderful leftist. The grift and hypocrisy just continues to get worse and worse. The grift of her political position, the grift of her YouTube channel, all of it is a complete facade.
But yeah, this is a
And
girl.
regardless,
This is a boy.
I'm honestly shocked that people still consume her YouTube videos. How can you consume content from somebody who is blatantly a complete liar? This isn't like somebody has gradually changed their political positions or changed their perspectives or made mistakes in the past. This is things that she was doing and is now still doing in 2023 whilst trying to paint herself as this lovely, leftist, wonderful commentary YouTuber. It's complete bollocks. You are a self-proclaimed left-wing person who claims to support human rights and also speaks about unethical capitalistic practices, yet you engage in all of these things that you personally criticize. But aside from all of that outright disgusting hypocrisy, let's actually move into the question of how is she able, how is the leftist able to take away another person's home? Now, Oz does go on to explain this, but I should just say, this clip is very long, and I'm not going to play every single part of Oz's video. Just go and watch his video after this. But yeah, I have to play the full little bit that he speaks about this in, because the context is important.
Bye.
And